Isaac, shut the hell up! Damn!
I'm back in this bitch. I'm back in this bitch.
How could Chief Mac be stopped? What did Brian say that one time?
How do you slow him down? The same way you slow me down. You can't.
I don't even know what the video is. This was shot before. Subscribe.
Sensational.
Bow, 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 bow. Well, people, for the gym rats who are watching, I'm back at gym. Been at gym for just over a month now. My bench is back up to 60 kgs times 10 reps times 3 sets. That's my working sets, and then I drop down to 50, do the same thing over. I haven't tested out my max yet, and then I'm deadlifting. My top deadlift set was 100 kgs times 5, for those of you who care. Time is currently, I don't know why I'm looking there, the car's off. Time is currently like 10:45 a.m. Saturday morning. I just had a breakfast of a Whopper, shout out Burger King, and sugar-free Red Bull. I'm extremely tired. I need to fix my sleep schedule low-key, because it is 100% messing up my life routine right now. But you see, the problem is that I play games from 10 to 11:30, and then when I finish that and it's time to go to bed, I grab my laptop, hop into the mattress, and then I low-key have an existential crisis. You know, I start missing some girls, start texting some things I probably shouldn't. I start thinking about life. And to be honest, I'm going through a bit of an existential crisis right now because I watched a bit of the Elon Musk podcast. Shout out the Nelk Boys. But basically, I'm not ready to hear what that man has to say about religion and aliens and all that shit, because then it just makes everything so real. I'm wearing sushi socks right now. Yeah. I actually have 2 pairs of sushi socks. Anyways, that's not why we're here today. Title and thumbnail: my trip to Israel to go visit my ex. So a bit of context. If y'all have seen the first kiss story time, it's somewhere deep on my YouTube archives. Side note, I hope me not wiping the sauce bothered a lot of you. I hope it did. I'm trying to break out of the NPC role. You know, like NPCs, as soon as the sauce touches their mouth, let me wipe that. No, I'm gonna let it hang. I was enjoying my meal, bro. What do you want me to do? You like that ASMR?
Yes, Daddy!
Anyways, bit of context. My first girl from AIS, I used to live in Nigeria. She's from the American International School. Anyone who went there knows who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to use names just for those of you who don't know. Keep things on the DL, you know, there's no need to be bait. So we were dating when we were both living in Nigeria. She's half Japanese, half Israeli, right? I know. Thank you very much. Please settle down. Everyone, please. So we both leave Nigeria at the same time. She goes back to Israel. I go to England, right?
Come on, England!
I finished school in England. I traveled through Nigeria on my way down to Cape Town. Now, I know you guys hate this, but that's going to be another story time. That's a whole different set of events. Basically, I stayed in Cape Town for 6 months from about May to December, whatever. And just before UCT started, so that was beginning of 2016, I went back up to England for a little trip to go visit some friends. We went to Wales on a road trip. I visited some friends in England, but I visited my ex, this girl. What are we going to call her? We're going to call her Lila. Okay? Why are we going to call her Lila? Because in Hebrew, Lila Tov means good night. And that's one of the few things I actually learned from her in the language. It is kind of cute. I'm a bit of a CLB. We already covered this. Anyways, so I go back and see Lila, right? First thing y'all need to know about this story is my pops is the GOAT. The GOAT! Why is my pops the GOAT? I think I had a bit of money saved up for this trip. And a flight to Tel Aviv, to Israel, from London was £400, right? It's not that expensive compared to like what we pay from SA to fly to international locations. Problem was, I don't know what happened. I think it was my fuck up. I booked it like on the wrong date or whatever. So I missed the flight and I didn't get the 400 quid back. So what did my pops do? He spotted me. He did more than spot me, because spot me means he's gonna get it back. Bro did not see that cash back. He just paid for another flight. Excuse me. My pops put me on a £400 flight. Another one.
As in, another one will come outside again, so that we can pounce on it very well.
So I leave England on my way to Israel. I land there. It's her little bro, and her pops. Also, shout out Lila's pops. Like, bro was the most relaxed guy you could hope for. Keep in mind, like, we're kind of young still, you know what I'm saying? I just turned 19 the October prior, and this is Jan, so I'm like 3 months into being 19. I land, right? Everything's like a rom-com. Because think about it, like, 2 young people, we're just together in Israel. right? She picks me up from the airport with her pops. We were holding hands in the car on the way back to the crib. Everything's like super cute and sweet. I forgot how many days I was there, maybe 3. So the first day or whatever, and I'm probably gonna get the chronology messed up here, but it's all gonna come together. You guys just trust me. You guys hop in the passenger. No. We're keeping this episode clean. No sexual references to girls who may or may not have done things in the passenger seat of my vehicle. Where were we? So, she takes me all around Tel Aviv the first day, right? We go to like this market, just as it is in the fucking Bourne Ultimatum movies. There's like racks of spices, bunch of Turkish delight. I grab some for my mom. We go to this like restaurant, eat shawarmas. Low-key to like people who live there, it's just a fast food joint. But to me, I'm in the Middle East eating shawarmas with the people, you understand? Like, it's all foreign to me. I love that shit. She's like showing me like all the old buildings, blah, blah, blah. And we come across this building, I'm like, damn. This thing is fucking beautiful. This place is so mad. I'm like, what is that? She's like, Matt, that's a water tower. I'm like, oh shit. You know, I'm taking photos of a water tower like a tourist. The rest of that was pretty boring though. It was more just like her and I, you know. This is where I want to cover like my first regret from this. I think part of why these story times are important is that you guys can learn from me. Excuse me. You guys can learn from my mistakes so that you guys don't make them going forward. I was like embarrassed to shoot content with her while I was there. By the way, my socials were dead at this point, so it's not even like tons of randoms were going to see it. It was just going to be like the people who follow me who are my friends. But I feel like I was embarrassed that I traveled all the way to Israel to see an ex. She did nothing to warrant me being embarrassed of her, you know. She was amazing. She is amazing. But it's like, why? Why did I care so much about what people think, you know? And I'm going through a big phase in my life right now where I'm making an active effort not to be an NPC. And everything in the situation that I think, oh, that's what you should do, that's what someone would do, is like, I try and not do that. You know what I'm saying? I try and be my own person. Something as small as the other day I was on campus, and for those of you who go UCT, you know when you're walking towards buildings and everyone walks on the sidewalks and it's crowded, and the middle of the road where like cars barely travel is free. And I was walking up there in the middle, bro. And it's like, you guys should start living your life like you're the main character in the movie. Just try it for a week, and then y'all can let me know how it feels. But anyways, first regret. And by the way, I spoke to her about it and I apologized. And obviously she's amazing, so she forgave me. And obviously I'm an only child who always gets what he wants. So who is gonna stay and mad at me? Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve the leniency that I get. But anyways, I told you, it's a weird combination. I'm tired, existential crisis, blah, blah, blah. Back to the story. We're in the city, right? The next day, we travel to the Dead Sea. Now, the Dead Sea, for those of you who don't know, it has a high salt concentration. So much so that it dries out your skin incredibly quickly, and it affects the buoyancy that you have in the water. So you can literally like float on the water. I'll throw the photos in now. So her and I, we take a bus to the Dead Sea. Just the two of us. Going through the countryside, I'm seeing, you know, goats on the mountain, and I'm a bit of a nature boy, so like, I'm a city boy, but y'all haven't seen my nature boy side. Maybe one day, I'll do a vlog to the Kruger when I go there for pure enjoyment, and it'll be fire, because I get very excited around nature. There's a comment, where? I need to find this comment. They're watching, someone going like, hey yo man, sometimes I forget that you're white. This is one of those moments, like when you see me in nature, you're gonna know. Anyway, so we go Dead Sea. It's just so adorable. Like, we're on a bus. She's like, oh, this is our stop. We get off. It's the wrong stop. I'm whining at her, but like in a fun way. We're just laughing. Everything's breezy. We go to the actual sea where they're floating, playing around in the water. You know, cute little ellipses. There was like this embankment that went out into the water. And then across the Dead Sea, you can see Jordan.
Who's Jordan again?
It's just like another world. By the way, like the color scheme is moving brazy. I'm going to drop visual aids for y'all throughout the story time so you guys know what I'm saying. Anyways. There was this old couple. I think I offered the couple if I could take a photo, and she took photos of me and the couple while I was taking photos of them. It's just like a bunch of wholesome stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, my heart was full. Good. And then the third day, oh, by the way, I'm getting to the lovey-dovey stuff, but, you know, viewer retention, we got to say that for the end. We go to Jerusalem. Jerusalem. I don't know how to say it in an archaic accent. Wait. Jerusalem. Oh. Anyways, we go to Jerusalem. Now it's me, her little bro, and her pops. We go in a time, this was 2016, so we go in a time when there was always conflict in this region, but Jerusalem's divided up into quarters. There's the Christian quarter, Muslim quarter, Jewish quarter, and I just figured out today while I was reviewing facts for the story time for you guys, there's one called the Armenian quarter, which seems weird because 3 of the quarters are religious and one of them is just an Eastern European nation. But anyways, so we go there, right? We're walking around. Guys, again, movies, biblical, old buildings. By the way, Lila's pops tells me these old buildings, like, bro, like shattered buildings, are worth like millions. Like rich Jews from like New York are buying up property here because it's in the Holy Land, so it's like worth a fortune. Anyways, we're going through the markets. Bro's like, yeah, someone got stabbed in these markets. I'm like, oh, yo, that's mad. I'm eating hummus. You understand? Not hummus, not hummus, hummus. I'm eating hummus in the marketplace of Jerusalem, where Old Testament gents ran their toes, bro. Walked, trod. Where they trod, I'm treading. No pencil, but I'm leading. What? Her legs should be spread. That's another part of the story. Wholesome, respectful. Cool. So I'm eating like, he's like, yo, this is the best hummus you're ever going to eat. Obviously, he's Israeli, so he's going to ride for his people. So I'm like, cool. But it all just feels like so authentic. We go to the marketplace, people are selling everything. I come across this guy selling chess sets. And this is this is one of the core memories from this trip. This guy's selling chess sets, yeah? And he's telling me, you know, whatever the price is, obviously they're market chain, so they're going to try and haggle you. But where am I from? Nigeria, Lagos. You don't think I've seen hagglers before? You don't know how to bargain, huh? You think I don't know how to bargain? Anyways, so I'm telling bro, I'm like, bro, I'm not buying it for that price. I got you for 400 shekels, 400 schmeckies. Bro is saying blah, 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 blah. I'm saying, let me think about it. I look him in the eye. I've mentioned this on 1,000 videos. You guys know how seriously I take my promises. Excuse me. I look him in the eye and I say, bro, I promise you I will come back. Whether I get it or don't get it, I will come back, I promise you. He says, this guy's lying. Obviously, he thinks I'm lying. You know, he's used to people running and gunning. But we go on the tour, blah, 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 blah. And remember, like, the marketplace, contextually, dangerous, blah, blah, blah. On my way out, I look at Lila's pops and I'm saying, nah, I have to stop over there. He's like, let's go. I'm like, nah, I have to. I walk back to him. I'm like, I told you I'll come back. 400 shekels. Bro gave me the chess set for 400 shekels. Now, you're probably thinking, Matt, what a pointless story. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Guys, it's about human nature. One Nigerian Swiss South African male, 6'3" in height, that's me, looked at an Israeli vendor in the heart of Jerusalem, of the old town. And we made a promise. I made a promise to you. You don't know me, I don't know you. All you could do is take my word. And I held my word. I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say besides that's what life's about. You know what I'm saying? It was just a pure moment of connection between two strangers. Pause. Whoa. Oh, also another story from the old town. Oh, by the way, a lot of like ancient sites like David's burial tomb, Jesus' crucifixion site, all these like Orthodox religious individuals were laying down prayers, blah, blah, blah. We go to the Western Wall, which has stood since the times of Jesus, right? And there's a tradition where you write a message down on a piece of paper. It's supposed to be a prayer and you stick it in the wall. And I kept it in my wallet and then I lost it. I don't know what happened to it, but I'm pretty sure mine was, I pray to know the truth about, you know, religion and whatever, whether it's real or not. But yeah, anyways, that's super deep. But yeah, last funny story about, you know, the touring and shit, and then we'll jump into the rom-com lovey-dovey that you guys all came here for. We're walking, right? Me, her pops, and lil bro. And there's this group of Orthodox Jews, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, Orthodox Jews are the ones with, like, the curls on the side, the top hat, the long black cloaks. And there's, like, 4 of them, yeah? Posted up outside the tomb of David, yeah? They're all there. Like, trying to look cool, bro. Like, gang members, you understand what I'm saying? Like, gang-affiliated type shit. And they're chilling there. And her pops is wearing sandals, right? Bro's just enjoying life. And he walks past these gents, and one of them looks at him and he's like, hey, nice shoes, bro. And then all of them, like, snicker. They're like... And I was like, hey, yo, big man. I was like, you, man, are the ones laughing at him. If I say too much more, I'm going to offend some people. But basically, I was like, who are these doorknobs insulting my man for sandals? Anyways. So, on to the lovey-dovey shit. I'm here, living my life. I'm not saying best life, because that's what city girls say. I'm touring around Israel with this girl, who at the time, obviously, is the girl that I'm most in love with. It's the girl that I've shared the most with. We haven't had sex yet, though. We never had sex in Nigeria. And I'm still a virgin at 19, by the way. Ew. Cringe. L. I'm being sarcastic. It's perfectly okay if you're still a virgin by that age. If it's by choice. If you're trying and it's not happening for you, that's an L. But anyways, so she was ready, right? Everything's moving like a rom-com, you know, we're cuddling, we're kissing all the time. I'm staying in her room, in her crib. Her pops is chilled, I told y'all. I'm not gonna get into too much detail. Again, I respect this girl and I got love for this girl, so I don't want to get too nasty. But we're doing everything except sex. And we're there, bro. Like, I'm there. I don't know how else to say it while maintaining decorum, but I'm there. And I'm like, low-key, I was a bit of a bitch because I was like teasing her, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want it? Oh, yeah? Anyways, and I just couldn't go through with it, bro. And by the way, I regret that shit to this day, because that girl, she is very gorgeous to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't go through with it. I remember this one night, man. And it's like such a relaxed memory, but it's so beautiful and pure again. Like just a core one, you know? which I forgot up until today, but that's irrelevant to my point. We went around, I met her grandparents, I met her best friend, we're at the houses, everything's just like meet the family type shit. So this one night we're home alone, and we get some takeaway pizza in Israel, and it's a square pizza, and bruh, this pizza... Let me just, for the sake of the story, let me just say this is the best pizza I've had in my entire life. And it's because of the context. That's what makes food bang, I think, as well, is the overall experience. But we had a movie night in pizza. I forgot which movie we watched. We sat on a couch where, you know, like a lengthways couch. And then you sit on the end with your legs out. And your girl sits in between your legs and rests her back on your front. Do you know what I'm saying? We cuddled up like that. The pizza was slapping. It was so warm and beautiful, man. It's like, I just love that shit, man. Oh shit. Actually, now that I'm saying that, 2 more memories popped into my head about my stay there. But like I said, I'm not finna get nasty. Wanna get drunk and nasty? Yeah. What a time to be alive. Sadly, the story doesn't have such a great ending, so I'm gonna end it on a happy note. It's time to leave. We go to the airport. I'm crying. Huh? Okay, I'm not crying, but there's like tears in my eyes. I'm like fighting back tears. We do the thing where like we say bye. I'm one of the only ones at the check-in area, you know? So like we're lip-syncing and we're saying bye and like we don't want to go and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, we're in love. The security guards are watching us. She's crying on the train home and I'm fighting back tears in the airport. I get on the plane, yeah? And obviously... Guys, what's the worst thing you could do if you're tripping over a girl? Is spend a few hours in isolation by yourself on a plane in the middle of the night. Like, all you're going to be thinking about is her. So she's on my mind. And there's another girl on the plane. And I just start talking to this girl about Lila. Just talking to her. Explaining everything, blah, 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 blah. And this girl is talking to me about some guy problem she's having. By the way, the way she described this guy was a prick. That was an absolute... dickhead fam. Oh, by the way, fun fact. Upon filming this, I'm filming this yesterday, if you're watching this today, on Saturday. I go on Facebook, it's her birthday today. This girl that I'm about to tell you about, it's her birthday today when I'm filming this, so happy birthday. We land, we get on a train together, we're chilling. And then her dickhead boyfriend surprises her at the airport. And keep in mind, on the flight, I've heard all these dirty secrets. So now I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit. Was I flirting with this girl? I don't know. I don't want to remember it like that. Let's not do that. So yeah, you guys asked me for story times. There's one for you. Let me know what else you guys want to know about. Lila, I got a love for you, shorty. You're definitely not watching this right now. But I think I'm going to see you again one day. One day before I die. And I think I need to put you on my to-do list. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Okay. See you guys on Wednesday. The content for this month? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me go deadlift. I'm gonna go throw some weight around. And not in the bedroom, yeah. You know, goal for August is to not be such a fuckboy. We're decreasing the level of fuckboyery. Wanna get drunk and nasty? Not all the time, though. Yeah.